Hello, welcome to chapter 23. So, in this lecture, we are going to be introduced to a new entity, a new thing, and that's Te. Now, Te is a Chinese philosophical term that has many meanings, and it's a bit linguistically problematic term. Just I went to Wikipedia and I'll list to you some meanings that Te has, and that's it, and you'll see how confusing it may be. So one translation is rise, go up, climb, ascend. Another is morals, morality, virtue, personal conduct, moral integrity, honor. And this is the one we will choose for our purposes, but just remember all the time that it could be all these things. Wisdom, enlightened person with a moral character could also be a meaning. Kindness, favor, grace, gratefulness, benevolent rule, good government, objective rules, quality, nature, basic character, first growth, initial stage, blessings, good fortune. Alright, so you see it has many meanings, but in general for us it would be like morals, morality, virtue, a person who is virtuous, etc. Alright? So let's continue with the chapter. Words that cannot be heard of, are natural. A gale is a strong wind. A gale cannot blow for the whole morning. A rainstorm cannot last for the whole day. You see, they're talking about how things are limited, basically. Everything is of limited power and limited energy. And it's true, if it's true for nature, for powerful forces of nature, like a powerful wind or a rainstorm, and all of that, it's definitely true for all of us. What caused these effects? Heaven and earth. Alright, so basically they're implying that this relationship between heaven and earth is related to the limitedness of all the energies here in 3D reality. Even the actions of nature do not last long. Yeah, they're basically saying it, that even the powerful energies of nature cannot last long. So even that, so obviously our energies are limited as well. How much more can humans' behavior last when digressed from the natural Tao? Alright, so that's basically the main point here. It's to say that the only thing that's constant and everlasting is the Tao. Everything else is limited and it will end eventually. So any behavior that drastically digresses from the Tao won't last for long, because it's different from that thing, the Tao, that lasts forever. Thus, one who follows the great Tao, when Tao, so that's why one should follow the great Tao. When Tao is present, he will benefit the world with Tao. When T is present, and here we are stumbling upon this T that I talked about earlier, when T is present, he will benefit the world with T. Alright, so we're basically talking about two forces here, or two entities, or two whatever. One thing is the Tao, and the other thing is T. And as we said, T is this virtuous behavior or virtuous person, and Tao is, as we know, this endless powerful force and the level that we should be in. So I think for me right now it could mean that these are two levels on the way to virtue. Perhaps it's two levels that obviously Tao is the higher one and T is the lower one, and because Tao is the absolute. So when Tao is present within you, it will benefit the world with Tao. When you are in the level of T, you will benefit the world in the level of T. When Tao and T are both lost, he identifies himself with the people and benefits them with the enlightenment of teaching. Alright, when there's not even Tao and T, when we are even in a lower level, then one should identify himself with the people around him, but help them go up in their own levels, in the way that they understand, and talk to them in their own words, in their own level, and try to uplift them to the levels of T and Tao. One who identifies with Tao is glad to be with Tao. One who identifies with T is glad to be with T. One who identifies with the loss of Tao and T is glad to be with the lost. That's basically the thing, that if you are glad, meaning if you are you feel content with being in the present state, and you don't feel so upset with it that you desire to remove yourself from it, then you'll just continue to be in that state, whether it's Tao, T, or neither. If one does not have enough faith in Tao, how can he assist others to practice with faith? That's a fair question, all right? So obviously, if you choose to be a teacher, we are talking about teachers here. We already talked about them in a few sentences ago. And if you consider yourself a teacher, or if you wish to be a teacher, then obviously you need to have enough faith in Tao. Otherwise, how can you make other people believe in it?